With an eye to the New Zealand election later this year, Judith Collins, the new leader of the Nationals, the new opposition leader, she's had no impact in the polls. Jacinda Ardern and Labor looking at almost 60% now. How do you sum up Judith Collins and what the prospects are at this election?
Well, I'm glad you've raised that, Chris. First of all, the polls are chaff. I saw them in Australia when they had the Labor Party certain to win, and they didn't. I saw it in Brexit on 23rd of June 2016 in the UK, and I saw it with respect to Trump starting from 32% behind. I wish these pollsters would get a grip around the fact that polling has become much more difficult and that their science is no longer a science and that they've got it hopelessly wrong. And you'll see in New Zealand as I speak. I know where the surge is coming, right here, right now, where some parties are concerned. So I'm not at all mindful of these pollsters who cover their butt by saying, but you can never rule a party called New Zealand First out.
Well, because New Zealand First, according your party,
it's much closer.
Yeah, your party, New Zealand First, according to the latest polls, is only polling about 2%. That would mean, look, Labor would get government in their own right, and there's no way known you would be needed for a coalition.
Chris,
do you fear this might be the end of New Zealand First at this election?
Chris, I'm trying to help you here. It seems that you've been sucked into believing these polls as well.
I'm just putting them to you. I don't believe them.
Hang on. No. Let me tell you what my record is. To have forecast what happened in the UK, what happened in the United States, and dare I say what happened in Australia, because I didn't believe your pollsters. And I'm asking you not to believe mine.
OK, so tell us what will happen in New Zealand. Tell us what will happen in New Zealand then, because I got Australia right too.
I've seen the latest information on the polls that I do rely upon because they've done in a methodical way and the structure is analytically sound, not perfect, but it tells me that the turnaround has happened and that the narrowing is already on its way. And we've got almost 8 weeks to go.
OK, so it's going to be close. Does that mean you'll be happy to go into coalition with either side?
Unlike the rest who sell their souls before the election, we don't say until the voters have spoken. The voters are king, voters are paramount here. When they've spoken, then we decide what we should do in the interest of security in our country.
That leaves you in a pretty good position. You can bargain with either side.
Well, I'm giving you a promise to all those New Zealanders over there with the right to vote in New Zealand.
But you're not even backing your own government.
Decide the next election.
You're not even backing your own government in at this stage.
No. Well, when I say you say your own government. I signed up with the Prime Minister, who I've backed through thick and through thin, and provided experience in situations where we had to have a massive handbrake because the potential decisions were wrong. But we've run a stable government. I gave a commitment to do that for 3 years. I'm not backing any government on election night because the deal is over and we face a new circumstance. Will the deal be renewed? We don't know, because it's the voters who will decide. So,
indeed,
I get the lexicon right, and I'm saying to all those people over there who are from New Zealand who are going to vote back in New Zealand, you vote for New Zealand first, and you get to decide the next election. How's that for a promise?
That's a good deal. Thanks for joining us, Winston Peters. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of New Zealand, Winston Peters, spruiking for votes here in Australia, saying vote New Zealand first and he'll get to decide who governs. The polls, he might knock them, but the latest polls do show that Labor would be on track to govern easily in their own right. But there is a long way to go and it's a pretty tumultuous year.